and welcome to Creative Moments by G. I'm Georgia and so happy to be here today. We are going to make a spinner card. My sister and I were talking about how could we create something new that we had never done before, and we came up with a spinner card. Now I know there's lots of cards out there and they actually had a die set to use. Well, we didn't have a die set. I'm going to teach you how to make a spinner card without a die set. Oh, are you ready for this? Let's head down to the crafting table and let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I want to remind you is all the dimensions will be listed on Creative Moments by G. So if you want to make this card, just head on over to our website and click on my blog and we'll have all the dimensions there for you. Now, all our materials that we use will be listed below, and all you have to do is click on View. And I would like to take this moment to ask you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to our channel. Well, let's just look at this card for just a second. Is this not adorable? Look at this. This is a happy birthday card. Let's celebrate you, wishing you the happiest of birthdays. And look at that spinner. Is that not just the cutest thing? Oh my goodness. Well, we are going to make just a little different style. We've cut it diagonally. So go ahead and get your A2 card, cut it 8.5 by 5.5, score it at 4 1/4, and then you can just decide the diagonal cut. You might want to do a steeper one, but I really just needed this area. And then I decided to bring in some DSP because I wanted to make a quick card, and so I'm bringing in DSP to decorate the front of my card. So let's go ahead and get that glued down. We want to make sure and use our silicone mat, right, so that we don't get any glue on our table. Okay, so we have the front of ours glued down, and this was really an easy cut to make. I went ahead and just cut as if it was the first mat, 5 1/4 by 4, and then I just cut it diagonally right there because I wanted a little border to show. And now we're going to go ahead and stamp the inside of our card. And I know the sentiment that I want. I want, it's your day, enjoy it, because this is a birthday card. And I want to go ahead and use Magenta Madness to complement this beautiful DSP paper. And then we will get busy making the mechanism. Okay, we're just going to put that over to the side. And what we need to do, we want to keep this as easy as possible. So you need to decide how big you want your wheel, right? And this is right where we're going to put our wheel. And we're going to have 2 layers. So what I did is I punched out a 3.5 inch circle, and then I punched out a 3 inch circle. Now this is going to be where we put our sentiments. So the easiest way to do that if you don't have a compass, and we're just going to assume you do not have a compass. So we're going to punch out a template for us. We're just going to fold it over so that we can get our creases, right? And fold it over again. You need to make sure you're right in the center though. Now, if you can see these creases, you don't have to worry about it. You could draw a line if you wanted to, but just take some grid paper and line this up right here. We're going to make some simple marks where we have our middle line right here. And this is just making it on the grid paper. Right there. Now we know that's exactly where we want our lines. So now we're going to bring in what we punched, put it right back on our grid paper, and get it right in the middle, making sure that it doesn't touch. And that way we know that we have it marked right where we need it to mark. Because you don't want the wheel that you're using to be folded, right? You want it to be flat. So now all you have to do is come in with your ruler and draw a line. Okay, now I want to go ahead and use a marker because I want kind of like Magenta Madness to be my lines. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we're just going to draw it with the marker, a fine tip marker. And stick around because I have another card to show you that's a Christmas card that I think you're really going to like too. So let's just go ahead and draw this line. And if you want to, you could take your eraser and just erase that pencil line so that you don't see it. Okay, and there you have your wheel. We're going to use 4 sentiments. Easy peasy, right? And we didn't need a compass to do it. We're going to go ahead and get our stamps out that we want to use, and we are going to use Magenta Madness. And we're going to start off with Happy Birthday right on top. And I like to get all my stamps going the same way. Okay. Next, we're going to do Just Thinking of You. And then we're going to put a little something for you. And remember, we'll have all these stamps listed for you. And then finally, You're the Best. Okay. Now, and we're going to go ahead and lay this down on the inside of our card. Okay. It's looking nice. Now, all we have to do is get this put right here, and we need to go ahead and punch our hole. Now, here's a great tip. Do you have this? This is by Memory Keepers. Oh my goodness. This is wonderful, and I will have this listed below in our supplies and materials. You must have this. First, we need to go ahead and get this glued down to this wheel. This is such a cute card. Oh my goodness, we are in love with this card. This could be a fall, a Halloween, a Christmas, and you can see how easily it gets put together. Now, we're going to put ours about right here. So we are going to go ahead and punch our hole. Okay, so we punched our hole. Now, this is where the brad is going to go. Now we need to go ahead and make our arrow. And we went ahead and we took this arrow that we have from one of our stamp sets and we stamped it on a piece of paper. Now, as you can see, it's much shorter, right? But let me show you how to use this. This is another great tip. You just need to get a piece of white paper, and we're going to go ahead and stamp it. And then we're going to mask it off and make it shorter so that you can have a shorter arrow. So we're just going to grab a piece of tape, and we're just going to cover the end of it about right there. Okay. Now, I'm just going to ink up what I need. I just put this piece of tape here, but I'm really just going to ink up right there. So, just going to get some ink on it. And then I'm going to lay it down a little bit shorter. And look at that. That's all you have to do. You just make this part a little thicker, and what we did is we just put this on another piece of paper, cut it out, put it on another piece of paper, and cut it out again so that it would be extra strong, right? Let's go ahead and get this put together. You're going to need some dimensionals. we're going to first put the brad through it because we just have another shortcut. Yes, you can go ahead and put your arrow right through this, but we have a shortcut that I think you're really going to like. Just open up your brad, and we are going to put this up on dimensional so it's raised because I think it looks so much better. And we are going to use a dimensional and put our little arrow right on it. Oh my goodness, wait till you see this. So let's go ahead and get our dimensionals on. And you want to make sure that you are not impeding this turning at all. This has to turn freely. So go ahead and just put 4 dimensionals, and then we're going to build it up one more because we want it a little taller. So we're going to bring in another dimensional and put it on top and just take the backing off. And just get this exactly where you want it. Now you want to remember not to have any sticky above this cut line, right? And now we're just going to use a mini dimensional and put it right in the center of our brad. Take the top off and then lay this right in the center. Now look at this. Oh my goodness. Isn't that cute? You know, the most difficult thing about this is deciding which stamp set to use to make sure it fits in your little areas on your wheel, right? Isn't that a fast way to do a wheel? Oh my goodness. You open it up. You have lots of space to write. Let's look at these cards. I love this birthday card. We also showed you this birthday card. Oh my goodness, we brought in stars. We brought in several layers. Oh, and look at the inside. Oh, that font is just beautiful, isn't it? Oh my goodness. And remember, I told you I was going to show you a little different card. Here is a Christmas card that the wheel spins, and we've just set our little arrow up on dimensions, and you open it up and it says Merry Christmas. Look at that fun fold. And then guess what we did on the back? We added a layer so you could write a message. What do you think about those cards? Are they not magical? We love this wheel card. It is so easy, and we didn't even have to use a die set, right? We didn't even have to use a compass. We just used our circle punches. I think you're really going to enjoy making this. We hope that you have a fantastic day. Go out, be safe, be healthy, be creative in your crafting, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.